You asked, they delivered. The K7XX from AKG and Massdrop is back with memory foam ear pads, a detachable cable, and premium sound for all-around listening. Click the link in the description below before the drop ends.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all doing well. Today I am clearly not in my traditional studio setting because I'm actually out of state visiting family for the week, which means part of this video is brought to you by beautiful Chesapeake, Virginia. Now, of course, that's not what this video is about, but rather the journey that I took to get here. Because before I hopped on my 5-hour flight, I ended up picking up a set of these. These are the Bose QuietComfort 35 Series 2, the hot, long-awaited successor to the Series 1s, which were critically acclaimed for having amazing active noise cancellation, supreme comfort, and pretty decent sound actually for a wireless Bluetooth headset. It does have a built-in mic, so I guess that makes it a headset. We're going to be talking about this and sort of my experience with it, what I've found to be good and not so good about this new headset from Bose. For starters, these launch with an MSRP of $350, and that's of course the same price that the Series 1 was when it first launched years ago. The overall design language on these cans is pretty nice. I mean, it's super simple, but somehow manages to not be boring. And they look really nice when you're wearing them and stuff. They're definitely stylish, but also understated, so they're not going to be overly aggressive and attract too much attention, which I actually like. Additionally, we've got sort of a plastic housing all around, which surprisingly is sturdy for how light it is. And I will say the exception is with the adjustable headband, you actually get some metallic construction here. So no matter how many times you do this, it's probably going to hold up fairly well over time. You also get an Alcantara headband on the inlay here, which is fantastically comfortable. Actually, everything about this headset makes it supremely comfortable for long periods of listening. That's including the very soft to the touch ear pads. I wouldn't call them memory foam, but they're incredibly soft. They're kind of like having pillows on your ears. And additionally, you've got just a perfect clamping force. For my size head anyway, I kind of have an average size head. I feel like the clamping force is spot on. The only thing I will say is that when you're actually not using your headphones and you're turning the ear cups out like that, they're a little bit tight around my neck in particular, unless I completely extend the headband. So bear that in mind if you're the kind of person who just likes to have them relaxed there. Not the most comfortable in that regard, but everywhere else, absolutely great. I also appreciate how flexible these ear cups are. You can pivot them in nearly any direction, and that helps them just sort of go with the flow as you move your head left and right. Additionally, you can fold up the entire headset to a pretty small size. It comes included with a very compact travel case. On the right ear cup, you get a power switch that also acts as a Bluetooth pairing switch. And pairing this guy is super quick and easy. I had no issues whatsoever connecting it to my Pixel 1. And additionally, at the bottom, we've got a micro USB charging port. It does come included with a charging cable as well. Charging time takes about 2.5 hours, but you get 20 hours of playback time, and that's with the active noise canceling enabled. Bose also claims that with just a 15-minute charge, you get 2.5 hours of playtime, which is great if you're in a pinch. Next to the micro USB port, we've got a battery life LED indicator, which will flash orange as you're charging and will turn solid green to let you know that it's at 100%. Next to that is a Bluetooth LED. It's a pairing LED, of course, and that's right next to a trio of buttons. The ones on the outside are your volume up and down, and they're slightly raised a little bit higher than the multi-function button in the middle, which is, going to be for like play and pause for music tracks, movies, etc. And the fact that it's a bit recessed makes it really easy to locate any of these buttons while you're wearing the headset, which of course means you wouldn't be able to see them. So good on Bose for making these really easy to locate by touch. On the left ear cup, we get a large action button which summons Google Assistant, which is pretty cool. So if you're a user of Google Assistant, then you can basically access it, tell it to do things for you without ever looking at your phone. That includes things like, telling me what time it is, what's the weather like right now, set a reminder for this, call mom, and the list goes on. Now, I'll be honest, I use Google Assistant all the time on my phone, but I can't personally see myself using it much while wearing a headset like this and listening to music or something like that. Some people might be different. So I think at the end of the day, this is going to be one of those features that you either really need and are going to use all the time, or something that you can honestly live without. Now, if you don't have a need for Google Assistant, you can actually reprogram the action button to adjust the level of active noise cancellation. I think you have to download the Bose Connect app in order to do that, but once you do, pressing the button once will adjust it from either off to low or high noise cancellation. At high noise cancellation, I can hear probably 10% of the engine noise on the airplane. It's actually really good, and it still retains its title, in my opinion, as being one of the best active noise cancellation headphones, over-ear headphones, I should say, on the market. Finally, on the bottom of the left ear cup, you get an auxiliary port, meaning yes, you can use these as wired headphones, which would basically save you a ton of battery life. I think you go from 20 to 40 hours of playback time, and they do include I think this is a mini jack to a 3.5mm cable for you to use. Now, when using this as a wired device, you have the option to keep the headphones on or power them off. If you power them off, you're actually entering passive mode, which means you're disabling Bose's own DSP, or digital signal processing, which basically equates to not the best sound. You actually have a slight reduction in just the amount of balance and crispness of the sound quality, and this is something that I've noticed personally and have also noted in other reviews. At the end of the day, you're going to get the best quality sound out of these cans by keeping them powered on. Now, as far as the actual sound quality goes, I think these things sound great. Honestly, for $350 Bluetooth headphones, I mean, bear in mind these are wireless, guys, so you're not going to be hitting anywhere near audiophile territory, but for the average user, these are going to sound fantastic. As is the case with a lot of Bose products, these are fairly bass heavy, but don't get me wrong, they still have some pretty crisp sounding mids and highs as well. I feel like those have been tweaked a little bit, overall giving you a pretty balanced sound signature that, again, to the average Joe, is going to sound great. So summing things up here, guys, I've only spent about 24 hours with these things so far, but I'm already in love with them. They are by far my favorite headphones to travel with, especially if I'm flying, mainly because of the active noise cancellation, and yeah, they're extremely comfortable. I'd love to actually test this out in a gaming scenario to see if this would even make a decent gaming headset. If you guys think that'd be a cool idea, leave me some love and some feedback in the comments below. Additionally, if you already own a Series 1 headset, then I wouldn't say that this is worth upgrading unless you really need that Google Assistant. However, being able to change the active noise cancellation on the fly is super handy. But if you don't have either headset, then this is definitely worth the $10 or $20 premium over the last generation. But guys, that's gonna do it for now. Thank you so much for watching this video. The birds are getting mad at me now for taking over their spot. But hey, toss me a like on the video if you enjoyed it. It helps a lot, and feel free to subscribe to the channel for more tech stuff coming at you really soon. Have a good one, guys. Bye.